welcome. I have decided that I want to make a little video restringing another guitar. I don't really know how this is going to go. I've not scripted anything, and we're just going to go for it. This is the guitar in question. This is a very beautiful guitar. It is a Cort, I think it's called a Space G6R. The TR, I believe, stands for trem. And it's a space model. It's their newest headless guitar. Their only headless guitar. Well, is it their only headless guitar? I actually don't know if it's their only headless guitar. But anyway, essentially, I've been in the market. I say in the market, but in the market is almost certainly the wrong thing to say, because I'm not really in the market for anything. I don't have enough money to be in the market for things. I have been coveting a Strandberg with a trem for quite some time. I'm not used to doing setup standing up. I wanted to. Oh, I have to crouch quite low. I'm not used to doing setup standing up, but I wanted to do my best. Try and make this, something that's nice to watch. I might just adjust. Maybe that's better. I don't know. You can let me know if that's better or not. That's the wrong size hex key. Good to start. You'll see me crash out like 4 times doing this because I always lose my hex keys. So I'm restringing this because I broke a string, which is not something I've done for a really, really long time. That is testament to the quality of this guitar. Clearly it's a great guitar because I was having fun. So much fun with it, I broke a string. So I figured this video would also serve as a how to not be scared of changing a string video, or even how to not be scared of changing a string on a headless guitar video, which I think sometimes people are pretty scared to think about changing strings, but this is really easy, and I think headless guitars in general are really, really easy to change the strings on. But I am getting this a little bit, it's a bit stuffed. I'm not really sure how this goes together like that. Just got to make it come through here. So I'm a little confused right now, because normally I would expect this to just slide forward. Maybe I'm missing a trick here. I will call this video 1 and check the audio, and then I'll come back with video 2. So I haven't really learnt what was going on and why I couldn't get the strings out, but what I did was just move them backwards and forwards using the spring, and eventually they came out, so maybe it's fine. Also note that the audio was a bit meh in some places, so I'm going to try and make a bit more of an effort to be closer to the microphone. I'm going to go and grab a set of strings that I've already opened. So I'm not doing a full setup on this because I haven't had it very long, and I did a full setup when I got it, and it plays pretty damn nice. I am putting 9s on it, 9 to 42. These are elixirs. I like elixir strings because my dad used to use elixir strings. You can sue me. I think they last really well. I understand that they're like Teflon coated, and I know Teflon's a bit of a forever chemical, but I'm not going to make a difference to a meaningful difference on my own with my guitar strings to the state of the environment, so it's fine. If that makes me a bad person, then I guess I am a bad person, but it's okay. I'm sure I will live with it. I like my strings to last more than 2 weeks of solid play. So I'm going to just give the fretboard a little clean down. I will give the guitar a little clean down. And then I'm going to go straight into stringing it up. So you can see me do a clean down first. So I don't use too much to clean down a guitar and to give it, you know, to be honest, I just buy whatever is cheapest on Amazon. So I've got a few D'Addario bits here. I will show you my favourite product for guitar setups in a moment, but all I'm going to use today is just some guitar spray cleaner and some lemon oil and a little bit of wax, not in that order. I also need a clean cloth. Be right back. Clean cloth secured. So products I'm going to use to give this a little clean. I might just bring the camera over here for this. So products I'm going to use to give this a clean. D'Addario spray cleaner. Apparently this is step 3. I'm going to do step 1 with it. Then I'm going to use some of this, which is Monty's instrument food. To use me, buff me on, wait 5 minutes, buff me off. Easy peasy. Really love Monty's. The guys at Monty's, I contacted them a little while back, and we did they did some pickups for me, and basically I was an idiot. That's a story for another time, but they were absolutely phenomenal. Can't recommend them enough. We've got Monty's pickups in this. Very nice. Very nice. Really good pickups. Articulate. Sound great. Can't complain. And then I'm just going to finish off with some lemon oil. Let's get started, shall we? A little bit of spray cleaner. I've not had this guitar long, and I'm spotting I've got a couple of dings in the front of it. I'm a solid believer that a guitar is a tool, and they should be played, and if they're not, you know, dinged in some way, you're probably doing something wrong. I've also got guitars that I've managed to keep pristine so far, so I guess I am, it depends on the guitar, I think is what I'm trying to say. I'm going to flip this over, a little clean on the back. So, because I'm a edgy motherfucker, I replaced the springs that were stock. Oh, how do I tighten this up? Like that. I replaced the springs in the back that are stock with some red ones, because this guitar is red. And now it looks, feels, and sounds 10 times better because of those springs. Obviously being facetious, but I think they look kind of neat. I'm a bit conscious of this. Let's see if I can. Video number 3. I just tried to move the microphone and my Scarlett disconnected. So I'm not going to move the microphone. I'm going to leave it here. And if it sounds rubbish or you can hear background noise, I'll just have to do my best to fix that later on. So let me tell you a little bit about why I got this Cort, because I haven't told that story yet. So I've been in the market, not in the market, but coveting a Strandberg with a trem for a really long time. I'm an absolute sucker for a headless guitar. I love how light they are. I love how ergonomic they are. I love how comfortable they are to play. I think they look cool. I remember when I was a kid, we did like a rock school one summer near where I live, and there was this adult, one of the adults that were there, had like I don't know what bass it was, if it was like a Steinberg or whatever, but it didn't have a head, and I just remember thinking, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And ever since then, I wanted a headless guitar. So now I'm an adult, and I earn my own money, I can buy headless guitars, and the Cort, this was $599, which was, I think, an insane price for this guitar. It's as good as my Strandberg. It's as good as anything else that I own. It's a great instrument. I just couldn't not buy it, basically. Couldn't afford it, but my wife is a wonderful, understanding, caring and beautiful woman who I love very much, and she does not hate me for buying guitars. She definitely wishes I bought less, but she does not hate me for buying guitars. At least I hope she doesn't. If you ever see this, wife, do let me know if I'm mistaken. We got married last year. You can see a picture over there. Well, you can see the corner of a picture over there. So with Monty's, you're supposed to buff it on and then leave it for 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do is introduce you to Chives. While that's on, this is Chives. Chives is a little ferret. I love Chives very much. She's a very cute ferret, and she's a very lovely ferret, and she spends all of her time with me in this little room, and she's very cute, aren't you? You're very cute. She gets on very well with my little dog. They're very good friends with each other. Big fan. I'm not sure where my dog is, otherwise I'll say, you can say hello to her as well. But this is Chives. She looks so gorgeous in the sun. Look at the little fluff. Right, go back in there, little fluff. It's been about 5 minutes, maybe slightly less, but I'm gonna go ahead and buff this off now, and then I'm gonna get the strings on. It should be pretty painless from here on out. Yeah. Also, I realised I could just sit on my chair and then you could see me, which is quite nice. Man, this table drives me nuts. So wobbly. With the Monties, you might have seen me put a little bit in the nut slots. I think it just acts as a nice little lubricant. You don't need a lot, I just sort of wipe the excess. Like literally, if I've got a little bit of excess, I just go over the nut like that. Just puts a little bit of that in the nut, acts as a little bit of lubrication. Don't know if it does anything meaningful, but it sure feels good to do. And the next thing I'm going to do is some lemon oil. Now this lemon oil is not in like a dropper bowl, so it's a little bit of a pain in the arse, to be honest. But I'm just going to do a little bit like that. Run it down the fretboard. Same again. Run it down the fretboard. There we go. And I just want to wipe this on, make sure it's nicely coated. I'm not too worried about it being a little bit slippery. It'll dry out in, sooner than later. And it smells good, feels good, and it looks good. Let's get some strings on. So, when I started to think about doing this video, I wanted to make it easy for string changes. Now, admittedly, this tutorial is it's relevant if you've got like a Floyd Rose, because this is kind of like a Floyd Rose setup. It's also it's a good general thing to know if you're a guitar player, I think. But it's really, really simple. Down here are some little notches. You take the ball end of the string, pop it in the notch, like so. And then all you need to do is tighten it up so that the ball, can't come out. Like that. That's as much as you need for now. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to string it through up the top of the guitar body, at the top of the neck, sorry. Which can sometimes be a little bit of a pain, although that one went in pretty easily. Seat that in. Gonna make sure this is seated nicely at the bottom. And then what I'm gonna do for a headless guitar, I pull it sort of finger tight, and then I tighten the Allen wrench. I'm gonna rinse and repeat that a few times. 6 times to be exact. I like to do my strings alternating. Actually, that's probably a lie. I don't really care which way my strings go. I don't think that's truthful necessarily. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Yeah, maybe I don't do them alternating. Maybe I just do them in whatever order. But I think like I either do them alternating or I do them top to bottom or bottom to top. I never do random. But like because I've started doing this alternating, I will probably alternate all the way up now because that's how my brain works. I'm going to tighten it up. Screw down the Allen wrench. And then same again. This time we're going to put the A string on, which is this one. Now, you might think it's very wasteful to only put on a whole set of strings when I only broke one. I don't care. For me, changing a guitar string is never a thing I do. I was going to say quickly, maybe that's the wrong word. It's not a thing that I want to. It's like a process, you know. It's therapy for me. I enjoy. I've done the thing I do all the time, which is I put an Allen key down, and I don't know where I put it. I just don't remember. Where is that Allen key? I was just using it. Oh, it's in there. I'm an idiot. Remember, I'm leaving it in there. I'm leaving it in there. I've lost my train of thought again. So once I've got the strings on, you know, a little bit, then I'll start tightening them up, and then it's just a case of tuning up. I shouldn't have to make any adjustments to action or anything like that, because I'm not changing gauge here, I'm just putting the strings on. And as I said, it wasn't long setup. I shouldn't need to do any big adjustments. Obviously, if there's like some mega buzz, then I'll fix it, but I can't see that happening. Mr. String, there we go. It's a bit awkward to string this in because there's like a hole in the metal, so you've got to line it up. Oh wait, no, that's actually so easy. I'm learning something new. So on the Cort, you can just slot the string in from the top. You don't have to actually string it. That is a game changer. I'm so happy I just took that off and noticed that instead of struggling through it. But again, it's highlighting my point. Anyone can go ahead and do this. You don't need lots of tools. The only tool I've used so far is a cloth and an Allen key. That's it. So this is, you know, this is easy to do. This is easy stuff. You just have to be brave. The reason why I say it like that is because I teach a lot of young people, and you know, I've seen them get their guitars and then struggle with setting them up and things like that. Or not even struggling with setting them up, but not having the confidence to even try. And I just think that's such a shame. I thank my father but the only thing he was patient with me was guitar. So I think the reason why I am brave enough to give this a go is because of him. But it's not hard, so you should definitely give it a go as well. And I've done the thing again. Where's my damn Allen key? Oh my god. Oh. My wife would say this means I have ADHD because I don't keep track of anything. Like, where is it? Just underneath there. Flipping hell. Right, where am I putting my Allen key? Let's remember. I'm going to leave it in there. Final string. At least I got my... This microphone is a little bit in the way here, to be honest. I'm not gonna move it because I want to make sure that you can actually hear what I'm saying. Maybe my phone audio is okay. I will let you know on the screen right now if I'm using phone audio or if I'm using this microphone audio. Maybe I need to get one of those little like lapel mics you get that you plug into, for fuck's sake, that you plug into your phone. Just drops this little fucking nut. Why is it not going in? You know, sometimes I think I'd love to be a guitar tech and set guitars up for people and like charge money for it, but then I see myself doing this, I'm like, Jesus Christ. I would like it to be known that I'm never this bad at setting up guitars. I think this is nerves because I've set up a microphone and a camera. I think it's nerves and I'm gonna die on that hill. It's just nerves. It's time to do some tuning up, I think. So bear with me a second. I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to stop that recording. I'm going to come back for next video, which is going to be with my tuner. Be right back. It turns out I left my tuner at school, obviously on one of the acoustic guitars. So I'm going to have to do it on my pedalboard tuner, which is down on the floor here. So I'm just going to start tightening everything up a little bit, bring it up to some sort of pitch. And then we can go in with fine tuning. We can go in fine tuning, and then after fine tuning, it's a case of stretching and then just making sure it's pretty stable. I've got that high E into tune. I don't mind going a little sharp here because it's going to settle back down. Now I'm about to get back to the E, and I guarantee this E is going to be very flat. It is a whole tone flat. Some are sharp, some are flat. We're getting there. I'm going to chop these ends off because I'm scared they're going to kill me. Better. Go with my Allen key, make sure these are nice and tight so I don't end up hurting myself. They feel pretty good to me. Nice. Pretty good. Back to tuning. Something worth noting at this point, when I tune a Floyd Rose or any floating trem that I've set up to float, I'll always tune like high string, low string, high string, low string, high string, low string, and then I'll just rinse and repeat. So you'll see me starting with the high E and then go into the low E, the B, the A, the G, the D. I don't really know why. I guess it evens the tension out. I don't know. I've never researched why that's the best thing to do. Again, it's just what my dad told me to do, I guess. But we're getting there. This is getting into tune. Let's do some stretching. Floyd Rose makes it. Always just some 12th fret bends, and then some manual stretching just like this. And I'll play that same D chord again afterwards, so you can hear just how out of tune it is now. Because it's definitely going to be way out of tune. It's actually not. It's out of tune, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. E. Looks like my spring tension is good. So on a Floyd Rose, you have to ensure that or any floating bridge, you have to ensure that the spring tension equals the string tension by adjusting the position of this claw here. So if there's too much tension on the strings, not enough on the springs, you would screw it in or add more springs. Again, because this is just a string change, it's not like a setup or anything, there's no new string gauges going on. Actually, it's fine. I don't really need to make any adjustments here. I'm just going to make sure it's tuned up, then I'll have a little play. Just needs lots of tiny adjustments. Nice. Let's do a little play, shall we? Okay. I am recording this a couple of hours or so after, because I realised my recording for my looping and my sound checking was completely cooked. I don't know why. I think it was a case of microphone input being funny. So I'm going to do some sounds and I'm going to do a little loop, and then we'll see where we go from there. Okay? Now let me just make sure that's clear, and then I'm just going to start with some cleans so you can hear what it sounds like. A couple hours later, tuning wise, I did have to tune it up a little bit. It was a little bit flat, but that's normal because the strings are stretching. So here is humbucker position 1 clean. Two. Position 3, single coil in the middle. Position 4 in between. And the neck single. With a little bit of boost. Humbucker. Middle. It is still recording, that's good. It's just asleep. Let's do a little bit of filth on the humbucker. I don't know. Let's do a loop. A little bit of a loop.